In this version, I changed the way of getting the data. So I've noticed that recently the report has been changed, and now the update time is different even in the same batch. So previously, when I have the most recent data, I don't look at the time because I have anticipated that the time can be different even in the same batch. So what I did is that in the old old function called getRecent, what I did is that the first I get the same places by name and then by GPS. So that way I will always have the unique names. I'm going to build the number of cases there. However, now there is a new situation. For example, previously in previous reports, like in United States, all the cases in California are put together, but now it is split into different counties. So now for the same place, there are different names. And this is going to cause trouble because if I have the unique places, I will have Orange County, for example, and I will have the California as a whole state again. So that is going to cause error. Some of the numbers will be double counted. So to accommodate to this problem, to address this problem, so now what I did is that for the original report, I will create a report time by myself. I will still leave the original times there in the original sheet, but in the final report, I'm going to use my batch time. Basically, for each report, each batch, the report time will be the same. So that way, so now when I get the recent data, I'm not getting it according to the unique time. Instead, I'm going to get it according to the unique reporting time instead of the place. So now the getRecent is simpler. It is simpler. So what I did is that the first time I'm going to have all the data set. For example, when the scroll bar, when the timeline rose to this time point, then the data array is going to take all the data between the starting point and this. So all the data will be in this data array. And then inside, because it is already arranged chronically, so all I need to have is the last record. And for the last record, I'm going to get the time. And that will be the most recent time. I'll call that the max time. So the next is that I'm going to go into this data array, and for I'm only going to keep those records with the max time, which is the most recent time. And because for each batch the time is the same, so I will have all the records of the last report. So there is a caveat here, is that we cannot directly compare the time. That time was in moment object. I kind of regret doing that because I found out that's a stupid idea, because the moment object is quite quite tricky. So for example, you cannot directly compare the two values even if they refers to the same time. You have to change that to, for example, the Unix value, which is basically the value since I think it is 1970. Anyway, so that is the correct way to compare the two. So if they're the same, then I'm going to push that to the final data set and return it. So with this change, now I corrected those duplicated report because of the different place names in different reporting time according to the original record. So comparing the names to the names from Johns Hopkins University's website, actually there's a discrepancy there. So their total case for now is this number, but in my report, it is this. And the reason is because now these the chart of this Johns Hopkins University report is based on what they called real-time, the so-called real-time data. So starting from yesterday's report, there is a note that says that the map is updated almost in real time and once per hour. But the tab is planned to be reported twice a day, and obviously because this is today is a Sunday, so there is no report coming. So the numbers in this spreadsheet is lag behind, and that's why we have less number of cases than what was reported there.